Today, we are reviewing something that might just take our fitness game to the next level. This is the David protein bar. We all know that nothing and no one is perfect, but this bar claims that it might be close. Can it really live up to those claims? I'm going to go over 5 important factors that you should be considering when choosing a protein bar and rate them to see if the David protein bar is truly a game changer for a health and fitness journey. Let's start with the basics. This bar has 150 calories, 28 grams of protein, and 0 grams of sugar per serving. That caught my attention. It got me excited. Here's the thing. 28 grams of protein, and in each gram of protein, there is 4 calories, meaning 112 out of the 150 calories comes directly from protein. It's a great ratio. You're actually getting a protein bar and not just a snack bar. A general recommendation is to aim for 30 grams of protein per meal to maximize that muscle growth and recovery. And this bar is already close to hitting that in just one serving. Now, let's compare that with all the popular brands in the market. As you can see, most leading brands don't even come close. And that's where the David protein bar really shines. 4 of these protein bars. This is my protein for the day. Looking at this, I'm just like, this is it? But yeah, that's my point. And with this, I would rate the nutrition overview a 5 out of 5. A great option if you're looking to hit your protein goals without the extra calories. While the nutrition facts is a big influence, if this bar is worth trying, knowing what's actually powering that 28 grams of protein is just as important. The David protein bar uses a mix of animal-based protein, milk protein isolate, whey protein concentrate, and egg white. These 3 score a 1.0 PDCAAS, which means these are some of the best protein sources that we can get. Plus, the added collagen, great for our joints, great for our skin. Who doesn't want that? So I like that addition. Now, if you're vegan or plant-based, then this bar is not going to be for you. But for those who are fine with animal-based protein, the David bar is fast absorption, top tier muscle support, no fluff, and exactly what you need for recovery and muscle growth. An easy 5 out of 5 in protein quality. Now, let's look at the other ingredients because we want to know if what we're putting in our bodies is healthy, right? First off, I am happy to say that most of the ingredients are recognizable, which is always a good sign. So this bar has 0 sugar, and so naturally, I got curious. How are they pulling this off without sacrificing taste? The sweeteners that they use are all natural. You've got stevia, monk fruit extract, which are natural plant-based alternatives to sugar. These 2 are 0 calories, and they don't spike your blood sugar. So you get the sweetness without the crash that sugar often brings. They also include allulose, where it also adds some sweetness, but with fewer calories than sugar does. But with allulose, it's also great for us to be aware that it is not yet approved in Canada and in Europe. It's just, I can help that question. Could there be potential health implications that we don't fully understand yet with allulose? I think it is always a great idea to just be aware of how other countries are regulating food ingredients. And something else to watch out for is EPG. And this isn't commonly used in protein bars. It is a fat substitute that is designed to help reduce calorie intake. The concern about EPG is that it is heavily processed and there's just not many long-term studies on its safety. And then there's the whole natural flavor. Companies don't always have to disclose what's actually in it. Sure, the sources may be natural. They could still be combined with additives that you might prefer to avoid. Now, just something to keep in mind. So, is this bar healthy? That depends on how you define healthy. It's got high-quality protein, natural sweeteners, but like most protein bars, it also contains processed ingredients. With all that said, between EPG, allulose, and natural flavors, I'd give this bar a solid 4.5. It is time for the most exciting part, the taste test. Let's start with the consistency. They look like bricks. Definitely chalky. It is a step up because it does have a level of chewiness to it, but there's no mistaking it as protein bars. I think a great addition is that all these bars have added texture in them, like Rice Krispie, chocolate chunks, things that give that sensory level a boost. If these Krispies were not here, these are not something I'm gonna probably eat. Next, let's go over the overall flavor. It's pretty bland. It feels very much artificial in my opinion. So the flavor is supposed to be blueberry pie, because you know it, you're like, okay, this is blueberry pie. But if I did not look at this, I wouldn't be able to tell. I would give the blueberry pie a 2 out of 5. This isn't sweet at all. It doesn't really capture in for me that brownie taste. It's not good enough for me to want it to finish it. Overall, I would rate this 2.5. Flavor-wise, I wouldn't say it tastes like cake batter. It's kind of like more of like a sweeter vanilla protein shake. While it is good, it is that kind of good where you can't just keep eating that sweetness that entire time. So 1 bite of this, I'm like, I'm good. I will give this a 2.5. Thank God. This is the one that I'm gonna have with me. Texture-wise, it does give that more cookie dough feel. It is still on the milder side. And for people who don't like sweetness, you are going to appreciate this bars. I don't know if it's an insult or not, but it is the kind of bland where it would mute my appetite. But you get the point. They just weren't able to capture the flavor. So my favorite out of all is the chocolate chip cookie dough. It is the closest one that captured the flavor. The rest, I'm probably not gonna order again. Can't lie and I won't lie. I am pretty disappointed. They should not have put David is perfect in the front of their webpage. It set unrealistic expectations. If I didn't see the whole perfect, I would have dropped my expectation knowing that an almost pure protein bar, how good could that be? Overall, I would rate the taste of the bar a 2.5. For $3.25 per bar, it is on the pricier side, but even with that and the taste being, what's the word? Bearable, adequate, okay. To me, it is still worth it for what it gives, for the protein and the calories that it gives. You can't find that in many other protein bars. I would rate it a 4.5, and this might not be fair that I'm shaving off half a point, but they did say perfect. If David was the same price as the rest of the protein bars in the market, it would have been one. I will say that this bar isn't going to be for everyone. If you're all about taste, then this will not be for you. This bar is more functional than it is flavorful. But if you're like me, and sometimes you just need something to maximize that calorie to protein intake, then this bar is for you. If you travel a lot or have such an unpredictable schedule and lifestyle, this is gonna be your perfect buddy. I will have one bar with me at all times, no matter where I'm at. And I do want to add one last thing. When you start your fitness journey, eating your daily protein target can be a lot. I can remember how full I was. And so this is where a protein bar can be helpful in your journey until you're able to adjust. And you will. Now the question, is the David bar a game changer? It is. It offers solid nutrition while making the most out of the 150 calories to give us that bam of a flavor. Overall, I would rate the David protein bar a 4 out of. There's just a lot of room for improvements in terms of the taste. But as always, there is nothing like getting your protein from whole foods. Not to boast, but David, we found out, might not be perfect. These recipes are, no, I'm serious, they're really good. Try them out and you'll see what I mean. They're actually the game changers. I'll see you there.